Hello everyone, my name is IDM and welcome to my channel. This is a place where we discuss issues that matter to us, issues that can help uplift our life, transform our ideologies and change our perception of life and give us that sparkling, beautiful character and belief system that can really help us in life. Now, I know you hate failure. I do. I hate to be associated with the word failure. You are a failure. You failed in this, you failed in that. But guess what? A lot of people are struggling with this particular unwanted disease called failure. If they are succeeding in their business, they're probably failing in their marriage. If they're succeeding in their marriage, they're failing in their business. So if you're struggling with your life, struggling with your union, struggling with what you do, then this particular video is for you. My very first tip that I think a lot of people suffer a lot from is adopting ancient traditions and belief system. Now, we grow up in our families and we learn things from our mom, from what our mom learned from her mother and stuff like that. We carry these belief systems or these traditions and we run our lives with. And you know the funny thing, we meet new people who do not have the same concept, the same belief system, and we'd expect that what we believe, how we run life, they should see life that way. It doesn't work, and that is what triggers failure. In marriage, probably what your mother believes in is to make sure she's available for her husband to sleep with her, however, whenever. But that might not be the same method that will work in this time. This is 2019. See, men are not just particular about sex. Men are looking for women who are knowledgeable up here, who can impact their own life as a unit and also be a supporting figure to them. So if you're just this lady that has taken an old tradition from her mom and saying that I'm just going to stay there, anytime my husband wants to sleep with me, I'm ready, and that will solve the problem in your union, you're joking. You've got to unteach yourself of these things and learn new traditions that are applicable to your union at the moment, to the person that you're connected to. Your mom is giving you the 1920 principle. It might not work in 1999 or 2019. Please look at your life. Look at those things that are a repetition, things that you've learned, things that you carried away from small, the things that you saw your mom doing, the things that you hear your friends saying. These are traditions that they adopted. It might not work for your situation. You've got to unteach yourself of those things. Build yours for the specific problem you are facing. And for jobs, if you carry a particular pattern to a particular company and it's not working for you, you've got to change what you know and learn new things. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about, which is very important, is the I sabi pass all attitude. That is one of the major things that just get people in trouble. Now, if you're failing, it means that you're not doing something right, or it means that there are certain things that you have escaped that you're supposed to do. Now, if you have the tendency of I sabi pass all, people might not be able to correct you. So if you're failing, ask yourself, am I acting in a way that makes people think that I'm putting up the I sabi pass all tendency or character? Because nobody will want to teach you and you wouldn't even want to learn. The character of learning is difficult. Nobody wants to be taught, not nobody. A lot of people don't like to feel like you're teaching me. So it's something that you have to do consciously. You have to tell yourself, I can't know everything. Certain things I wouldn't know. Someone can teach me. And this is sabi pass all tendency. Let me tell you how it works again. Let's say you have been able to impress 50 people around your environment. Yes, it's okay. It's logical that you might know a lot of these things, but there are stages. You need to meet someone who has been able to impact 100 people to learn the other 50 things that you do not know. But if you carry the tendency of, you know what, where I'm coming from, a lot of people respect me, they know me, and you don't want to learn from here, you can't add to what you know. If in Lagos you're the hero, when you get to Abuja, there might just be someone who knows certain things that you do not know. So don't think that because you are the hero in Lagos, you're now the hero in Cameroon, or you are the hero in Cameroon, you're now the hero in Nigeria. It doesn't work like that. Always give yourself time to learn. Little principle. You know when you're climbing the ladder, right? You have a very long ladder you want to climb. What is the first thing you do? You put your head down and try to figure out where the first step is. The next thing is to look around you if that ladder is standing very well, so you can climb. And throughout your climbing, you keep looking to be sure that you're putting your feet on the right step so you don't fall. That is how the learning process is. You've got to bow your head down to the next step so you can climb. It is very important. You can't keep taking your head up, you miss your steps. You've got to acknowledge that the next step could be more tricky than the first step. It's not the same thing, it's not the same gravity. So please, if you have this tendency, if somebody has said it before, maybe in passing, jokingly, that you have the sabi all tendency, know that that is one of the roots of your one of the reasons why you fail in certain things. So go back and address it. The third logical thing that could cause your failure is you are not keen to patterns. I say this all the time. Human beings leave traces. And if you can follow the trace, you can know where the problem is coming from. Now, there are patterns in people's life. The way they talk, there is a pattern to it. The way they laugh, there is a pattern to it. If you don't take note of your patterns, you won't figure out where your failure is coming from. So, if there is a certain way you approach your work and you keep getting failure, you've got to change the pattern. Simple one. I had a friend who believed that traditional marketing is still the best till date. As at 2018, he wouldn't want to listen to any other thing. He says traditional marketing is the best and it will always remain the best. Now, guess what? Almost everybody spends over 12 hours minimum if they have an Android phone and if they have data. Most of the time, even when they're having a conversation, they have to take a sneak peek at the phone. So they spend more time on their phone. And people really don't pay attention these days if they're in a bus. So sometimes if they're not touching their phone, they might look for a bit and go back. So if you want to depend on traditional marketing in this day and era, and as the days pass by, that might not give you the result that you want. This is someone who is not looking at patterns. He believes that the old patterns have worked and he sticks to it. You've got to learn new patterns, look at the trace and change it. If you've been doing a particular thing for a while and you're not getting results, change it. If you have a relationship and the first guy broke your heart, second guy broke your heart, third guy broke your heart, please advise yourself, go to the first guy, what did I do wrong? Forget about the fact that he hurt you. There is a particular pattern that you're not addressing that is causing all this hurt. Nobody will want to dispose of something precious. Nobody. Except they've not seen it. You've not showed them that part. Or you didn't put it well. And if they do, they'll come back. Because when they go out, they don't see that thing, they'll find their way back. So ask guy number one, what did I do wrong? Guy number two, what did I do wrong? Guy number three, what did I do wrong? Check the patterns. Is it the same? Or is it something else? And it's the same thing for a man. If you keep having heartbreaks, check your pattern. If your marriage is failing, check your pattern. What did he see in you that he loved that you're not doing again? You probably have changed your pattern. Check your patterns. Okay? So if you revisit your pattern, if there are good ones, can you repeat them? If there are bad ones, change from them. Patterns keep people on the trigger of failure. Does that really make sense? I mean, did I explain it well? If I did, then please drop a comment. The fourth thing that I know that could possibly be causing problems to you is just that adamancy. You don't want to learn. I mean, I've come across friends that love fashion. But if you ask them, what is the new thing you've learned about fashion? They can't tell you. People don't like learning. You cannot avoid failure if you don't learn. The best way to stop failing is to learn how not to fail, to learn how to succeed, to learn how not to make the same mistakes. Learning is your go-to key. If you don't have the attitude of learning, you'll be failing. If you're in a marriage and you're not learning how to improve that marriage, you're not learning who out there is making their marriage work, you will fail. You just keep complaining, keep repeating the same things. Can you please advise yourself to learn? What are they doing out there that makes it work and it's not working for me? Let me tell you something. In my research of learning about unions and relationships, this is one thing I noticed. I noticed that people who are having a wonderful time in their marriage had a rough time in their marriage, but they just decided to go out of their way to learn, what can I do to make it better, instead of focusing on why is he doing the same thing over and over, or why is she doing the same thing over and over. You know, you can trigger somebody to laugh, right? The same way you can trigger somebody to laugh is the same way you can trigger somebody to act the way you want them to act. So please try to learn. Learning is your go-to key. Learn about new habits, learn about new character traits, learn about the things around you. Just practically learn. In any industry or in any unit in your life that you're failing, learning will save you, okay? Try to learn. The fifth thing that will definitely make you fail is a repelling conduct. See, I don't want to be in a place that is hot, that is uncomfortable, that causes me to feel distress in any way. People have conduct and characters that cause the same environment for people. Now, if your character repels people, you will fail. It's normal. Ask yourself, how bad is my personality? You know if you're lazy, you know if you're rude, you know if you're arrogant, you know if you're proud. All these things that doesn't attract success, find out if you have them. And you have to be honest about this, because this has to do with you, your life, and your success. You're at work, you're lazy. You're at work, you're slow. You're at work and you don't like to be reprimanded. You're at work, you don't like correction. These are characters that repel success. They don't attract success. So if you're this kind of person that gets so anxious or angry or uncomfortable when you're being corrected, you frown, you just created an environment that repels success. If somebody was looking at promotion for you, it's obvious they're going to turn it down. Now you go to your local church and start praying to God. Father, I sow seed, I pay tithes, I do my best. Why did they promote Bola that spent just 2 weeks, and me, I've spent like a month or a year? You have a character that is repelling success. If you know that you get unnecessarily angry visibly when you're at your workplace, when somebody steps on your toe, please try to curtail that, because that is a character that repels success. Because your immediate boss will not want to promote somebody that can't control anger, because in a meeting, if they just mess you up, you're just going to ruin everything. So that could be the hindrance to your success. There are certain characteristics that repel success. Work on them. Anger, violence, unforgiveness, bitterness, rudeness, arrogance, all of these things, there are not favorable conditions for success. Laziness, procrastination. You keep telling yourself, I'm going to do this, and you procrastinate. You will fail in your marriage, fail in your local church, fail in your business, fail in your own life. Watch out on these particular traits that don't attract success. And if you have these, guess what? You are on your way to the top. So if you're new to my channel, please, I would love for you to just take your beautiful sweet finger and press the notification button, and press also the subscribe button. This way, when IDM decides to discuss on anything, you would be the first to know. And I would definitely love you to be on this journey with me. I would really appreciate it if you can drop a comment, or please tell me if you have a particular topic that you want me to talk about. I would gladly share. Thank you, and I love you so much. Bye.